One of the most profound signs that there is something divine within you is the overwhelming compassion you feel for others. Compassion is the heartbeat of an angel. It is the ability to feel the pain, sorrow, and struggles of others as if they were your own. It's not just sympathy. It's a deep internal urge to lift the burdens of others, even when it means putting your own needs aside. Compassion can show up in many ways. You might find yourself noticing when someone is in pain, whether it's a friend struggling with a difficult decision, a colleague going through a personal crisis, or even a stranger who looks lost or helpless. And without hesitation, you step in. You offer a kind word, a helping hand, or simply your presence. It's not about doing something grand or heroic. It's about doing what you can, where you are, with what you have. The act itself is fueled by love, by a deep desire to make the world just a little better for someone else. Consider a simple yet powerful story from everyday life. Think of a time when you saw someone on the side of the road, perhaps with a broken down car or in need of assistance. Without thinking, you stopped. It wasn't your responsibility and you didn't owe them anything, but you couldn't ignore their suffering, and something inside you pushed you to act. Maybe you offered them a ride, helped them get in touch with a tow service, or just talk with them to ease their anxiety. That small, compassionate act may have been the thing that turned their day around. You became their angel in that moment. True compassion goes beyond mere gestures. It's an energy, a force that doesn't wait to be asked. It rises up from within and demands to be shared. You can't turn your back when someone is hurting. Your heart breaks when you see pain in the eyes of another, and your soul aches with a sense of responsibility to ease it. This compassion is not weakness, it's strength. It's a power that comes from deep within and connects you with something greater than yourself. Compassion gives you the courage to face your own pain, to look at the world in all its brokenness and still choose to act, still choose to love, still choose to heal. The compassion inside you is the divine essence, guiding you to make a difference, no matter how small the action might seem. In every great act of change, there is an undercurrent of compassion. Think of Martin Luther King Jr., who fought against a system of oppression with a message of love and compassion. He could have chosen hatred in the face of injustice, but instead, he chose to lead with compassion. His words still resonate with us today. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. His compassion wasn't about feeling sorry for people. It was about believing in their worth, believing in their dignity, and acting on that belief. This angelic compassion inside of you isn't a passive feeling. It's an active, forceful energy that transforms everything it touches. You have the power to make people feel seen, heard, and valued. And when you choose to live from a place of compassion, you don't just change their lives, you change your own. It is through compassion that we learn the greatest lessons about our own humanity. Through compassion, we remember that we are all connected, all part of the same divine source. And it is only by lifting each other up that we truly rise. The second sign that you carry the angelic essence within you is your innate desire to heal. You may not carry a medical degree or have specialized knowledge in therapy or counseling, but you know deep down that when someone is hurting, you need to do something to help. This is the soul's calling to heal, to ease the suffering of others in whatever way you can. It might not always be physical healing. It could be emotional, mental, or spiritual healing. But the desire to restore others to wholeness is woven into the very fabric of your being. Healing begins with understanding. You have an incredible ability to empathize with others' pain, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the heartbreak of a relationship, or the burden of financial struggles. You can feel it deeply. Your heart reaches out to theirs, and you wish with everything inside you that you could take away their hurt. You don't just acknowledge their pain from a distance. You sit with them in it, offering your presence, your support, and your understanding. Your gift of healing starts with simply being there, letting them know they are not alone. This desire to heal goes beyond simply offering advice or solutions. It's about the energy you bring to the situation. There's something powerful about the way you listen to others, how your words offer comfort, and how your mere presence can make people feel safe. You instinctively know that sometimes the most healing thing you can offer is not words, but simply a hug, a listening ear, or a shared moment of silence. Think about someone you know who has a natural ability to heal. It might be a friend or a family member who always seems to know the right thing to say when you're struggling. Perhaps it's a mentor who, through their own life experiences, offers wisdom that brings you peace and clarity. Maybe it's a therapist or counselor who doesn't just treat your symptoms, but taps into the root of your pain and helps you to heal from within. These people have a gift, and you too have that gift. It's not always about what you say or do, it's about the energy you bring to the room. Healing doesn't always look the way we think it should. It's not always about fixing things. Sometimes healing is about allowing people to feel their pain, to express their grief, and to be seen and understood in their struggle. Your desire to heal is not about controlling the situation. It's about offering unconditional love and support to those in need. Dr. Maya Angelou once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." Healing is as much about the feeling you create as it is about the actions you take. The way you make others feel in their moments of vulnerability is what sticks with them long after the moment has passed. And this gift of healing extends far beyond personal interactions. It's a universal calling to help mend the world's brokenness. This can manifest in your career, in your activism, in the way you choose to spend your time. You may feel an unexplainable urge to contribute to causes that help others, whether it's fighting for social justice, supporting the environment, or standing up for those who have no voice. All of these acts are a reflection of your angelic calling to heal the world. The desire to heal doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. Every act of kindness, every moment of understanding, every time you choose to uplift someone else, you are healing. You are playing your part in restoring the world to a place of wholeness. When you step into this purpose, you become the healer the world needs. You are an angel in human form, and the world desperately needs your light. In the midst of life's storms, there are moments when an overwhelming sense of peace settles over you. Moments when everything slows down, when the noise of the world fades into the background, and you experience an inner calm that transcends circumstances. You might be in the middle of chaos, surrounded by uncertainty, yet you remain untouched, as if a quiet strength wraps around you, shielding you from the turbulence. This sense of peace is a gift, a sign that the angel within you is fully awake. Angels are known to bring peace, peace to troubled souls, peace to anxious hearts, and peace in the midst of confusion. When you experience this divine calm, it is the spirit within you connecting with the higher realm. It's a moment of alignment where your soul recognizes its place in the grand design of life. This peace doesn't come from external circumstances. It doesn't depend on a perfect situation or a calm environment. It comes from within, rising like an unshakable force that no trial or difficulty can diminish. Think about a time in your life when you faced a challenge or a difficult decision. Perhaps it was a job loss, the death of a loved one, or a relationship breaking down. In the middle of the struggle, you might have felt the weight of the world pressing down on you, but somehow, in the quiet of your heart, there was peace. It wasn't that you didn't care or that you weren't hurting. You were in the thick of it, but there was something deeper that kept you steady. You knew everything would work out even if you couldn't see how. You had a quiet, unwavering sense of trust. This inner peace, despite external circumstances, is the hallmark of an angelic spirit. It's a constant reminder that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will come. The world around you may seem in disarray, but within you have a peace that passes all understanding. It's the peace that allows you to keep moving forward when everything seems impossible. It's the peace that allows you to endure the hardest trials and still find strength to help others along the way. You might not even realize it, but your ability to remain calm in stressful situations is a reflection of the divine presence within you, guiding you, protecting you, and carrying you through. There's an old proverb that says, peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of God. When you experience this peace, it's as though you are touched by the hand of the divine. It's not something you can manufacture through effort or willpower. It's a deep spiritual reassurance that everything is going according to a higher plan and you are exactly where you need to be. This peace doesn't just help you, it radiates outwards. Your ability to remain calm and grounded during turbulent times becomes a source of comfort and inspiration to those around you. People are drawn to your energy when they see you remain unshaken by the chaos around you. It's as though they can sense that you possess something they don't, something steady, something constant, something divine. You may not be consciously aware of it, but your peace is a beacon to others who are struggling to find their own. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a man who endured unimaginable suffering during the Holocaust, yet found a sense of peace that allowed him to endure. Frankl, a psychiatrist, was imprisoned in concentration camps, yet he chose to find meaning in the most horrific circumstances. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." This deep inner peace came not from his external environment, but from within. His connection to his higher self and his unwavering belief in his divine purpose. When you experience unexplainable peace, you are connected to a higher source of strength. It's the peace that allows you to find meaning even in the darkest of times. It's the peace that whispers to your soul, all is well, even when everything around you says otherwise. And this peace becomes a lifeline for others. It gives them permission to trust, to breathe, and to hope. The desire to seek justice and make the world a better place is another powerful sign that you are an angelic presence in human form. Angels are often depicted as warriors for justice, fighting for what is right, advocating for those who are oppressed, and standing against the forces of injustice. Within you burns a similar fire, a relentless drive to right the wrongs of the world and to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. This drive for justice is not about seeking personal gain or recognition. It's not about getting applause for doing what's right. It's about a deep moral compass that tells you when something is wrong and urges you to act. You may find yourself speaking up when others are silent, fighting for fairness when it seems like the odds are against you, or even standing in the gap for those who are marginalized or voiceless. There's a sense of urgency in you, a call to action that cannot be ignored. It might manifest in small ways, such as defending someone who is being unfairly treated, or speaking out against bullying in your community. Or it might show up in bigger, more global ways, like joining a cause that addresses inequality or injustice. Whatever form it takes, your desire for justice is rooted in the belief that every human being has inherent dignity, and you will fight to protect that dignity no matter the cost. Mahatma Gandhi is a shining example of this angelic drive for justice. He didn't use violence to bring about change. Instead, he led with nonviolent resistance. Gandhi once said, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." His approach to justice was rooted in love, not hate. He sought to uplift the oppressed without destroying the oppressors. His commitment to justice came from a deep spiritual understanding that everyone deserves to be treated with respect and kindness. His example showed us that justice is not just about retribution. It's about restoring balance, dignity, and humanity. This drive for justice doesn't always mean fighting for global causes. It can manifest in your everyday life. Maybe you're the one who notices when someone is being treated unfairly in the workplace or in your circle of friends and you speak up. Maybe you see an issue in your community that needs addressing and you take action, no matter how small. Your drive for justice is a reflection of the angelic presence within you, a force that compels you to fight for what is right, even when the world around you is content to remain passive. Think of the courage it takes to stand up for justice. It requires strength, determination, and a willingness to make sacrifices. There may be times when it feels like you are fighting alone, but know this: your drive for justice is the divine spark within you, pushing you towards something greater. The world may try to silence you, but your spirit will not be contained. You will keep fighting, keep speaking up, and keep advocating for what is right. This angelic call for justice is what makes you a beacon of light in a world that often seems dark and unjust. It is your unwavering belief in fairness and equality that pushes you to challenge the status quo and to fight for the rights of others. You are not just a passive observer of the world. You are a force of change, an agent of transformation, and an embodiment of the divine calling to create a better world. And the more you follow that call, the more you align yourself with your true angelic purpose. There is something powerful and profound that resonates deep within you, an inner knowing that you are not here by accident, but for a purpose. From the moment you wake in the morning, there is an energy inside you that propels you forward, even when the road ahead is unclear or the challenges seem overwhelming. This sense of purpose is not a fleeting thought or a passing idea. It's a burning conviction that you are meant to do something significant with your life. It's not a vague wish or dream. It's a divine calling. Having an unshakable sense of purpose is an unmistakable sign that you are connected to something greater than yourself. You don't walk through life aimlessly, drifting from one day to the next. You are guided by an invisible hand, a force that directs your steps toward the fulfillment of your divine mission. The moments when you feel lost or uncertain only serve to remind you that this purpose is not easily shaken. When life gets difficult, it is your sense of purpose that keeps you grounded and focused. It's what allows you to get up each day, face the obstacles, and keep pushing forward no matter the circumstances. This sense of purpose doesn't always reveal itself in a grand, dramatic way. It can be subtle, even quiet, but it is powerful. It may show up in the small, everyday choices you make, the work you put into a project that you believe in, the way you pour love and effort into your family or community, or the way you stand up for what is right in the face of opposition. This drive is not motivated by recognition, wealth, or fame. It is driven by an internal conviction that your life is meant for something more than just existing. You are here to serve, to create, to make an impact in ways that only you can. Take Nelson Mandela as an example. For 27 years, he sat in a prison cell, separated from his family, his people, and his own freedom. Yet despite everything he lost, his sense of purpose never wavered. He didn't just fight for personal freedom. He fought for the freedom of millions. Even in the darkest of times, Mandela was unwavering in his belief that his life had a purpose that transcended his own suffering. After his release from prison, he continued his work with the same strength and focus, leading his nation toward reconciliation and peace. His purpose gave him resilience in the face of adversity, and he showed the world that a life lived with purpose can change the course of history. You too have that same unshakable sense of purpose. It may not always be as clear as you would like, but it is always there. It's the thing that propels you to keep moving forward, to rise above the challenges, and to keep striving toward your dreams. It's the force that pushes you to do the hard work, even when no one is watching. When you live with purpose, you create a ripple effect. Your actions inspire others, and your energy fuels the world around you. Purpose also gives you clarity. It's the lens through which you view the world. Decisions become easier because you are no longer trying to fit yourself into a mold that doesn't align with your soul's calling. When you know your purpose, you know where to go and what to focus on. It gives you the strength to say no to distractions, no to paths that do not serve you, and yes to the life that you were destined to live. In the face of doubt and fear, purpose serves as your anchor, keeping you firmly rooted in your divine path. Another profound sign that the angel within you is awakening is your ability to sense the energy of those around you. You may not have been taught to recognize these feelings or may not always have the words to describe them, but you've experienced it. That deep intuitive knowing when someone is in pain, anxious, or hiding their true emotions behind a mask. You can read between the lines of what people say, seeing the truth in their eyes and feeling the vibrations of their unspoken words. It's a sensitivity to the emotional and spiritual state of others that is uncanny and often unexplainable, but it is real. This gift of sensing energy is often misunderstood or dismissed as mere intuition, but it is much more than that. It is a reflection of your deep connection to the world around you. It's a reminder that you are not just a human being going through the motions of life. You are a spiritual being, attuned to the energies that flow through every living thing. This sensitivity allows you to connect with people on a deeper level. You are able to understand them beyond their words and actions. You feel their struggles, their joys, their fears, and their desires as if they were your own. And because of this, you are able to offer the kind of support and understanding that few others can provide. Think about the times when you've met someone new and within moments, you've sensed their mood or the emotional weight they carry. You may not know how or why you feel this way, but you just know. Maybe you've been able to offer comfort or a kind word that made all the difference for them. Maybe without even speaking, you were able to offer your presence in a way that made them feel seen and heard. This is the energy you are tuned into, and it's a gift that allows you to be an angel in human form. This ability to sense the energy of others goes beyond basic empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand another person's feelings. But sensing energy is a deeper, more intrinsic connection. It's an awareness that there is more beneath the surface of every interaction, a hidden emotional current that shapes everything around you. When you can feel this energy, you become a source of healing and comfort to those who need it the most. You intuitively know when someone is holding back, and you know when to offer a listening ear, a gentle touch, or a word of encouragement. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." When you can sense the energy of others, you become a servant of their needs. You know when they need support, when they need a moment of joy, or when they need space to heal. You intuitively adjust your presence and energy to meet them where they are, offering exactly what they need without them having to ask. This ability to read and respond to the energy of others also makes you incredibly attuned to the dynamics of your environment. Whether at work, in a social setting, or within your own family, you can feel the emotional pulse of the room. You can sense when things are out of balance, and you instinctively know how to restore harmony. It's as if you carry the energy of peace within you, and when things are chaotic, your presence becomes the antidote to that chaos. This gift of sensing energy is more than just a talent. It's a divine tool that you can use to uplift others and create positive change. By being attuned to the emotions and energy of those around you, you can lead with compassion, guide others through difficult times, and offer wisdom when it's needed most. It's a powerful way of living, being deeply connected to the world and offering your light wherever it's needed. Your sensitivity is a sign that you are in tune with the divine spirit within you, and that spirit allows you to touch lives in ways that words alone never could. A profound sign that you carry the angelic essence within you is your natural inclination to serve others. Serving is not about fulfilling a duty. It is a deep, intrinsic calling that comes from the heart. Angels are often seen as messengers of service, tirelessly working to help and uplift others without seeking recognition or reward. You too are driven by a similar force. Your desire to serve doesn't stem from obligation. It comes from a place of love, compassion, and a genuine desire to make the world better for others. This drive to serve can manifest in countless ways, some large, some small, but all meaningful. It could be as simple as lending a hand to a neighbor in need, offering to help a friend through a difficult time, or volunteering for a cause that speaks to your soul. It could also manifest in your career as you choose to dedicate your time and energy to helping others, whether through healthcare, education, social work, or any profession where you are giving of yourself to improve someone else's life. The truth is, your service doesn't always require grand gestures. Often it's the small, everyday acts of kindness that have the greatest impact. When you serve others, you are not seeking personal gain or validation. You are not expecting applause or reward. You are simply giving of yourself, because you understand that service is the true expression of love. The act of serving becomes a way to share the divine love that flows through you. It is through service that you manifest your true purpose and connect with the highest aspect of your being. Consider the selflessness of Mother Teresa, who spent her life serving the poorest and most destitute in the streets of Calcutta. She didn't seek fame, wealth, or recognition. She lived a life of humble service, dedicating every moment to alleviating the suffering of others. Mother Teresa once said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." Her example teaches us that service does not have to be spectacular to be powerful. It is the love behind the service that makes it extraordinary. Your desire to serve may not always feel easy, and it often requires sacrifice. There are times when you feel exhausted, when you wonder if your efforts are making a difference, or when the weight of the world's pain feels too heavy to bear. But this is where the angel within you truly shines. Even when it feels hard, you continue to serve, you continue to show up. You give because you know that your actions are not just about the present moment. They are about sowing seeds for the future, healing hearts, and creating ripples of positivity in the world. Serving others is also a transformative experience. When you give of yourself, you are often the one who receives the greatest blessing. Service opens your heart in ways that are hard to describe, but it elevates your soul. There's something beautiful that happens when you serve others with pure intentions. You begin to see the world through a lens of compassion and empathy. The more you give, the more you realize that the act of serving is not about doing for others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. By serving others, you not only bring healing to their lives, but also experience a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. There is nothing more rewarding than knowing that you have made a tangible difference in someone else's life. Whether it's a smile you offered to a stranger, a comforting word you spoke to a friend, or a larger contribution to your community, your service brings light and healing to the world. And it is this light that radiates from within you, drawing others to you, inspiring them to also live with purpose and compassion. In the journey of life, there are moments when we are called to awaken to the truth of who we truly are. When you embrace these signs, the inner peace that transcends circumstances, the deep drive for justice, the unshakable sense of purpose, the ability to sense the energies of others, the natural inclination to serve, and the profound connection to the divine, you are not merely existing, you are becoming the living embodiment of something greater. You are becoming the angel that you were always meant to be. The world needs more people like you, people who understand the importance of inner peace, those who fight for justice without seeking personal gain, those who serve without looking for applause, and those who trust in the higher purpose guiding them. You are not just a passive observer in this life. You are an active participant in the creation of a more compassionate, loving, and just world. As you continue to walk your path, remember that these signs are not just reflections of your own journey, but also a call to action for the world around you. Your light shines brighter the more you embody your divine essence. And as you live in alignment with your purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Know that you are part of something much larger than yourself, an intricate, divine tapestry woven with love and purpose. Every small act of kindness, every step toward justice, and every moment of peace you cultivate is contributing to a greater whole. And the more you embrace the angel within you, the more you allow that divine presence to guide your every step, the greater the impact you will have on this world. You are an angel in a human body, and the world needs you now more than ever. So continue to rise, continue to serve, continue to live with purpose, and continue to be the light that the world so desperately needs. You are exactly who you are meant to be, and that, my friend, is a truly divine gift.